Theo Von is so stupid, dude.
What you could seeing all of these green marks is an occupation. And let me say it again. It's an occupation. It's a military force that is occupying people. And it is an occupation because of a land that has been disintegrated from this to this.
So you're saying that it wasn't the occupation, it was by force. It was never by like agreement.
Yeah, how can you agree to
Well, is there a lease? Like, what does the lease say?
The what?
The lease.
The lease. There's no lease when you occupy. What did the lease say in France
like
when Nazi came in? When Nazi came in and took over your land, you have nothing to say. You have people coming in with their.
Most Jewish people I know are landlords. You know, so it's like I can't imagine they would do this without a lease.
What you could seeing all of these.
Bro, Theo Von is so stupid, dude. Theo Von is literally like that right there. I don't even think he thinks he's being anti-Semitic. Like, he has no understanding of what he just said. Okay? In his mind, he's just like, he's the most like regular baseline, not very well-educated American that literally is just like in his mind, he's like, well, I don't get it. That isn't anti-Semitic. No, he's just like, I mean, it's like, oh, Jews always own land. Jews only own land. Like, that's like, it can be. It's definitely something that makes people second guess. He's funny on Relax. No, I think so. I think.
I wish you guys could settle it on the field. Is there any sports that that Israel and Palestine play against each other?
Circumcision.
Oh, really?
That's the only thing in common.
I wish you guys could.
He didn't get that. He's like laughing, but uncomfortably. He's like, what? Did you show Joe Rogan to your mom, or am I making that up? No, I did. And I fucking focus tested it on my brother, his girlfriend, and my mom. And honestly, they did not like it at all. My mom thought it was so crass and so rude. Her initial reaction was, is all he talks about just doing drugs and penises? How rude. That was her initial take. There was a couple funny moments in there which were shocking. Like, the TSA line was a bar where he's like talking about how he's high, and he has a TSA officer come up to him and he's like, this is the point where I'm going to use the back of my hand on your crotch area. And like, the thing that he said there is exactly a thought that I've had as well, where I also have had that thought in my mind. I'm like, what difference does it fucking make for me that you're using the back of your hand? You're still touching my dick. That was funny. Except he literally did that right after he did did you just assume my gender joke? Which was not even a joke at this point. It's like, it's 2024, man. Come on, dog. Yeah, a lot of his jokes, like, he kind of reminded me of Cenk a little bit when he gets like really riled up and he's like, oh, he does a lot of like physical comedy the older he's gotten. I mean, I guess he was always a bit of a stool fucker, but like it's when you do over the top physical comedy because your humor isn't funny, so you just have to do like Hasan Boomer confirmed.
Get on up. Get on up.
No. And by the way, when you see someone moving around like that on stage, I will bet you every penny I have they're not funny.
Suffer in the corner of the couch. Fuck.
Is that the equivalent of a guy stool fucker?
There's not a lot of women
Shah
that
has
can
kind
do
of
that,
an
though.
elitist approach to comedy. It's quite interesting. He likes bars, he says. He likes jokes. He doesn't like stool fucking.
How does this work? When he comes, his whole body just erupts.
Anytime I saw someone miming having sex, pumping air, I would just go, not funny.
No.
It was just like, it was a sign of like.
But what if there's a bit where you have to mime pumping air? Stool fucking, if it's the right bit, can be funny.
Really?
But it has to be a real comic with a real reason to fuck that stool. There has to be something to it. Why do you do that? It looks dumb, all right? This is just being gay. That's all. Ass in the air. That's it. There's got to be a bit.
pumping air?
Yeah, but
you mean like
there's got to be
screwing pumping?
Some bits.
What? But who doesn't know what that looks like? Why do you need to pump?
Maybe there's a reason. There's got to be something.
Unless like you're imitating someone having a heart attack pumping.
I'm not that retarded. It looks fucking stupid.
And most of the move around people are pushing it, just oversell shit by
I see what you're saying.
physicalizing what should be just funny the way you say it.
Yep.
Pencil and write that shit down. Bitch.
I'm worried how you're not trying to laugh. Dude, what are you talking about? This entire thing is hilarious because Joe Rogan is a stool fucker. And some, like, you know, some of the guests that he has had on over the years who are, you know, long-term comedians, maybe not Charlemagne personally, but like a lot of comedians will say over-the-top physical comedy is 100% a way to carry your like shitty humor. You don't have good enough humor, so you have to do like over-the-top physical comedy like an ape. And Joe Rogan is that ape.
I'm trying to think if Eddie fucked a stool. I imagine
Remember
he might
Eddie
have been
fucking
in-
no stool, bro. See, I like Eddie, I like Richard, I like Chris
Yeah.
Rock, bless you. I like Chappelle, you know what I'm saying? Like I like people that have something to say.
I think physicality is underrated by comic snobs, but don't ham it up.
All that stool fucking is like, I would never disrespect the craft like that.
Well, you wouldn't have to disrespect it. You would just have to want to do
That's why he's trying to defend it here.
it and then try it.
If the content is about your physicality,
Right.
that's not dancing.
Right.
Dancing's when you put like English, like when you're doing this to accentuate what you're
Yes.
saying. It's like screw that. We don't need that.
One more cocktail. I'm not that funny, man. I need some help.
Man,
Thank you.
Schaub too, man.
Shout out to Brendan Schaub.
I really do appreciate
Yeah, I mean, he's always look. He set up his own lane. He built a comedy. He built an entire fucking not a comedy store, I guess. Like, I mean, he built his own comedy club, and also it is undeniable that like comedians have to dick ride him. Like, it's just the truth. Okay, comedians have to dick ride him because he has a massive fucking audience. Still to this day, a massive audience. Just like you have to subscribe at the top of the hour in order to avoid seeing the ads at the top of the hour. Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Chris Farley all had a lot of physicality. Yeah, you're talking about people who are like not even in their stand-up bits, but instead talking about people as like, you know, comedians doing movies and shit. And also there's a difference between like utilizing your physicality in a unique way versus your like stand-up comics versus comedic actors are different. That's number one. But also like Cat Williams would probably be a better example of someone who uses physicality in his bits, but ultimately his bits still work without that. Whereas Joe Rogan is like very obviously making the physical aspect of it the entire joke. So as far as Joe Rogan goes though, I mean, he's not a great stand-up comic.